Hey guys, and welcome to Games Tea Talk. In this video series, I invite guests onto the channel. We play some awesome games and they open up about their mental health experiences. Enjoy! Hello one and all, and welcome back to Game Tea Talk. I'm with the infamous Dave. Hello Dave.
Hi, how you going, Barong?
I'm okay. I like your avatar very much. Is my sort of red-blue skin off-putting, or is it?
No, not at all. It's one of the features I like about Creativerse.
Well, I'm very excited. You suggested this game, and we're going to have some fun, guys, for sure. Dave has a YouTube channel as well, Vlog Therapy, very therapeutic. I'm sure we're going to be talking to that. But for now, let's get to know each other and explore. So let's climb this ladder, maybe. Let's see what's going on. Ooh. That looks like an imposing evil fort. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Just going to try my wings for him. It's been a while since...
Oh, what the... Oh, man.
Hang on,
I feel so sad and envious. It's like bringing a kid in a wheelchair to like a football field, man. That's so unfair. Look at that. Alright. Okay, will this boar attack me, Dave? I'm not so sure how comfortable I feel about it.
Over here. No,
Okay, yes he will, Bad boar.
if you don't hit them...
okay, boss hog. That was an awful mistake. I'm already bleeding. Damn. Oh, damn. Where are you?
Some of them, if you don't...
flying away, aren't you? That's what you're up to.
Don't hit them, they don't attack. Oh, that one with the tusks. Oh, right. Let's see if we can get past him. I'll just walk past him, he's fine. It's
I'm not
nice
so sure
looking.
about that, Dave.
Yeah? Oh, okay. Coming? Okay, he's pissed off. Right. Whoa, he's okay, I'm out of here.
Okay, yoink. I'm going into the building. Okay, this is a dead end. That was a bad idea. Oh no. What do we do?
Let him come in.
I've got 142 health points left. You're gonna have to take one for the team.
Right.
That's the only way. Sacrifice. No. Okay. Let's ascend these apocalyptic steps. Oh, that's laser beam. Can I interact with it? F? Okay, just close to it.
So you haven't played Minecraft much at all,
Not
Barong?
much, man. I when it came out ages ago, I like to put the soundtrack on because it's kind of a bit like melancholic. If that makes sense. It's sort of quite sweet and gentle, and at the same time it's a bit sad. And I played a little bit, but I'm not sure. It sort of it was one of those sort of crazes. I'm going to jump to the other side. It swept me by.
I was just saying
you
because
posted a video recently, and I'll put the link up, showing off a pretty cool server. Oh dear, off a pretty cool server that you and your mate owned.
Oh righto, yeah. It's very helpful. It's just different. I've got both games. They both have their pros and cons. It's got a nice skin, and this looks really nice. But there's definitely a lot more things I like about Minecraft compared to this particular
Sure, this
version.
definitely seems like a copycat. But wow. That's a pretty cool pirate ship. I have no way to get to that apart from a very risky jump. Like we've conquered this land. Should we try another place? Do another map.
Yeah, sure.
So.
This looks nice. Open. Here's the fire.
Whoa. Is this so that you start here and you're just eventually going to be burned up because the fire's gonna? These people are very cruel. That's the plan, isn't it?
Oh no! I don't know if fire spread's on. You can turn off fire spread, but if that's, I would imagine that they have.
Every time we play, I thought this was supposed to be a very sort of friendly, gentle game.
Yes, that's correct.
That is not what's
it's supposed to be, which is
right.
why I like the ability to create my own world. But we can sort all that out later. We're just new. Like we've just hooked up as new friends, and we haven't really got any meeting points just as yet.
All right. As we explore this verdant world, tell me about yourself, Dave. Where do you live?
In Australia, east coast of Australia.
Is it beautiful?
Oh, it's they got a slogan for that. It's what do they say? It's either wet one day and perfect the next, or sunny one day and perfect the next.
Oh,
Yeah, it's once you I live on the coast. It doesn't really get old for me, so yeah, I do like living near the ocean. It's beautiful.
oh, that's really cool. Are you a surfer?
One thing, no, I never got into surfing. Actually, I'm more into the bush, more of a bit of a bushwalker.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of sharks over here.
So
a lot of shark
what's dream time? Do you know anything about dream time?
Dream time is from the indigenous culture over here have a story that goes with their culture, and it's referred to as dream time, I believe, the Aboriginals. That's what that brings to mind for me.
Have you? Yeah, interesting. Have you like met any Aboriginals in the bush before? Like,
Yes, I grew up in the bush, and
really? Wow. All right. So you must have a danger story about a spider or something that tried to kill you for sure.
a lot of snakes, and I used to be a jackaroo, and in the time I was jackarooing, I used to use a motorbike, and the chain came off my motorbike in the outback in the desert, and a emu came up next to me, and I happened upon a nest, and I couldn't move the bike because I had to get off the bike to put the chain on the rear cog of the wheel, and every time I tried to get off the bike, the emu would come straight for me, and I'd jump back on the bike and rev the engine, and each time I'd rev the engine, the emu would back off. So that was pretty scary.
That's an amazing story, though. Have you ever been bitten by anything?
Oh, spiders. Bitten by a lot of spiders. That's pretty commonplace. Spiders, midges, ants, mosquitoes.
Any nasty spiders?
Oh, no, not a funnel web. Nothing that's required me to have anti-venom. But I've got a few lumps here and there on my body from a few coagulated skin sorts of things.
And any big spiders?
Yeah, medium-sized spiders when I'm camping out, and I haven't had a fully enclosed net. So I've had a few bad bites, but that's all right. It's not commonplace. I
felt my death, I'm afraid. Let me grab some stuff.
Me too. And I had wings, so I got no excuse.
Okay, guys, we're on our own server now. This is me. I look pretty cool with my hair. Oh yeah. And we are gonna make some bases, have some fun, and talk the talk. So you work on that. I've got a cool wooden sword, and I'm gonna get some. You know what? If you're going for that tree, I'm going for this tree. For sure. What do you do? But stow the weapon. You know what? This guy will die. Die, fiend. So Dave, continuing on. You told me, I think you have a son. Is that right?
I have 4 children.
4 children.
And a grandson.
And one of them's in South Korea.
Yeah, that's right. He's in South Korea. He's with his fiance.
Oh, cool. What's he doing?
Just over there.
Teaching English
or meeting his fiance's parents.
Oh wow, brave man. Has there been any sort of cultural differences?
Yeah. He's told me the other day he was being followed around the park by a bunch of schoolgirls, claiming that he was other people in your country as pretty as you, or as not pretty but as handsome as you.
I would love that to happen to me. That's awesome.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess that's different. Over here in Australia, and I guess I don't know other parts of the world. There are a lot of Asian cultures that live here, and apparently over in South Korea there aren't as many. What's the way to say it? You know, it's not to the same proportion. So. He kind of feels special in a little way like that. I don't know.
And I imagine he met her here. I mean,
he did actually. Yes, you're correct.
Cool.
He's in the hospitality industry. He met her in Brisbane. And my family's been very multicultural. Both my parents come from England.
Oh, really?
Jewish back. Yeah, they came over from the boats in the Second World War or something, the Jewish background. And I grew up in the bush.
Definitely not urban then. I mean, is it as sort of arid and orange as I imagine?
Oh, what's that? At Australia, at the outback.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on where you go. If you do go right outback, it's quite bright, sandy and sort of dirt. In fact, Australia's
quite dangerous. Just from like a supplies and water and things like that.
Oh yeah, people have died of by more so. It was a bit harder decades ago. If you ran out of petrol, you still can fall in that problem if you go across the desert, run out of petrol, and you're not within range of people. But having a phone now might help.
Right, really cool. Like, kind of seems like almost one of the last frontiers to an extent. It's just
I guess so.
Big.
Yeah.
So big. Alright. I've been slaying a couple of these pigs and chameleon type creatures so I can get a stone sword. And then I'm going to head down to a really dark cave because I've got to explore that before I see if I can get any good metal or something. That'll be fun.
I'm kind of OCDing on making out a flat area.
Okay, a bit of landscaping.
What
are your hobbies? What do you like to do in your spare time apart from
hobbies? I have a million hobbies. Currently, at the moment, I'm playing flute.
That's cool.
I chop and change a bit. I like to keep active. Video gaming. This I guess you could call this a hobby for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be in astronomy, stargazing.
Wow.
Like stargazing. Chess. And a bit of reading from time to time, but I don't know, that's about it.
Indeed.
What about yourself?
I like bass guitar. I'm very bad at it, but I like it. And I'm be getting into Tai Chi a little bit, be telling you about that. Definitely want to make a video on that for sure. Ooh.
Awesome.
Go down the cave. Although it's one of those things where you know it's sort of good for you and that you should do it, but I'm always so lazy and never actually want to do it. I'm always skipping and being lazy, and my sifu, as we call them, give me a scolding. Goes, why aren't you doing it? You should be practicing.
What made you? Can I ask you? What made you get into it? What made you start taking it up?
Oh well, yeah, for sure. Like basically, I kind of wanted to find an alternative to sort of mindfulness practice. Because I like mindfulness practice, but I've tried it a couple of times and I find it really difficult. I really struggle with it, and it's just people call it meditation and movement. There's a lot of similarities.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It's really cool because you're sort of just chilling a little bit. It's a lot of concentration, a lot of work, but like the idea and why you probably like it as well is that you're actually just trying to make your body, at least from my school. This probably isn't for all Tai Chi, as sort of relaxed as possible, which means that should someone hit you in the face, you can just sort of like take it quite well. It's like people say if you're drunk and you get hit by a car, you're way more likely to survive because your body's so relaxed that your bones and your tissue and muscles won't get all crunched up together when you get hit. So Tai Chi does a similar thing. And in fact, have you ever heard of the Cray twins before?
No, can't say I have.
So they were basically infamous gangsters back in the 50s. I think it was 50s,
Right.
the 60s. And what my Tai Chi master, his mate, like Bobby, he got mixed up with them, or a cousin of theirs by accident. And what was this? And basically, they came at these guys like sort of went outside of his restaurant and like went to town on him with baseball bats and everything like that. And crowbars, they went for his knees, they bought some pins and stuff like that. But because he apparently did Tai Chi so long, according to my Sifu, he completely sort of just took it all and didn't even have to go to hospital. He just sort of was bloody and bruised, but he was fine because he'd like been practicing Tai Chi to such an extent that his muscles were just so relaxed. It was pretty cool, pretty cool story. So if I could ever get to that level, that would be pretty awesome. But I'd rather play video games, to be honest.
Little bit by little bit.
A little bit, poco a poco, a little bit.
It's interesting what you say about or mindfulness or meditation and movement. to get in the zone. It is hard for most people today, I believe, to stop and just to stop.
No, yeah, it's just constant. Ooh, I'm sorry, my attention. I've discovered some metal for the first time.
Walking's probably one of my. To answer your other previous question, walking's probably one of my biggest hobbies at the moment.
Walking in the outback.
Oh, I do. I live in suburban town now. I was just raised and worked in the outback a bit, but I live in a suburban town now, on the coast, and that's all right. Pretty much when I go out.
Do you have a longing at all for like?
Yeah, I do. I wish I'm mostly here in town still, even though my kids are sort of grown up now. I'm still in town to be close to my kids, especially my daughter with her son, my grandson. She doesn't have a vehicle. We're here to support her quite a bit, so it's it's just good to be close to family and give them a bit of support.
Who is this character?
Which one? This looks like this guy here.
Is he kill you?
No, he's. There you go, buddy. As long as I don't hit him or bump him, I think he's interact. I can interact with him. Rewards, you can trade stuff with him, and you can request stuff. But I'm unable to do that.
Can I rob him?
Well, okay. Did you?
Okay. Oh, that was a mistake. Okay. Well, look, with my anti-gravity, to be honest.
Oh, but you know what? If you kill him, he might have a chest full of goodies for you. I mean, not that.
He might KO me in one. I'm doing damage actually. He looks angry.
I'm your friend. Can you reward me? Maybe if I try and be the diplomacy here and get you to back off, I might get a reward. No.
Keep dreaming. You can't argue with these savages. I don't care if he's wearing a top hat. Let's see.
Okay. Oh, well done.
Did I get anything in my inventory?
Come on, surely you must have got something.
Oh no! Damn this politically correct game. No, it rewarded me nothing but guilt. Thanks, Dave, for joining us for this first section. Got to know you a bit, had a bit of fun, met some kooky characters. He's back again somehow. Look at him. And we're going to see you in the next part, next video. See you in a bit.
Yeah, you're most welcome.